MAGA Republicans in Congress are threatening to default on the national debt. The debt that took 230 years to accumulate overall, unless we do what they say. They say they're going to default unless I agree to all these wacko notions they have. Default would be worse than totally irresponsible. It would mean cuts in Social Security and Medicare, higher interest rates for things like credit cards, car loans, mortgages. Working people, middle class, seniors would pay the price for the entire economy would be at risk. America's never defaulted on our debt, which has accumulated over 200 years. Let's remember, the last administration alone increased the national debt by 40% in 4 years, yet every single year they passed the debt limit. Every single year. In a speech to Wall Street, the speaker failed to guarantee he would be the first speaker not to default on our debt. Let's be clear. If he fails, the American people will be devastated. Not just 10 or 20 years from now, but today. The speaker likes to quote his hero, Ronald Reagan, who I knew because I was a senator. But he doesn't quote everything Reagan said. Reagan said, debt ceiling brinkmanships threatens the holders of government bonds and those who rely on Social Security and veterans benefits in the United States has a special responsibility to itself and to the world to meet its obligation. He goes on to say it means we have a well-earned reputation of reliability, credibility, two things that set us apart from the rest of the world. That's what Ronald Reagan said. Donald Trump, seeking to increase the debt limit while he was doing what he was doing. He said, quote, I can't imagine anybody ever even thinking about using the debt ceiling as a negotiating wedge. I guess he didn't know the new MAGA Republicans he bred. America is not a deadbeat nation. We meet our obligations. And I made clear to Speaker McCarthy about how we should proceed to settle our differences. No one should do anything to jeopardize the full faith and credit of the United States of America. Instead, I'm making threats of default if I don't go along with what they want, which would be catastrophic to the country. If we don't do it, they say they're going to let default take place. Take default off the table. And let's have a real serious, detailed conversation about how to grow the economy, lower costs, and reduce the deficit. First time ever, I said, I'll lay my budget on the table by March the 9th. You lay your budget on the table, and then we'll negotiate. MAGA Republicans owe the people the same. Offer a plan, not speeches. Offer a budget that levels to the American people exactly what you intend to do and how you're going to cut. What tax giveaways you plan to extend to the super wealthy. What it means for the deficit.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.